adventurers. Welcome to Let's Just Go podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kayla, and today we are talking specifically about the Dark Universe portal at Epic Universe.
Yes, we're diving in just a bit in depth so that we're talking about the entire experience when you are in the Dark Universe, from what to eat, what to ride, what to see. We'll start with what to eat.
Well, you didn't like what I ate, actually.
I didn't love my food experience in there, but I am
Right.
always willing to give it a second try.
The main restaurant is Das Steakhouse, which we did not dine at, but we did walk through. Very cool theming. Seems to have a good variety of food options. However, we went to two different places. So I went to the Burning Blade Tavern, which actually does a little show, and the blades of the windmill do actually light on fire. It's very cool. So there's that. I had a garlic steak, which was literally a pretzel shaped like a wooden dagger, coated in garlic sauce and served with a garlic dipping sauce on the side.
I think I was disappointed because I love all the things you just said, but then it came together and I
Then it all
didn't love
came
it.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what? I'm like, I love soft pretzels. I love garlic. I love butter. It just wasn't for me.
I will say the confusing thing about Burning Blade Tavern is that inside is only drinks, and then outside there's a pickup window to get food.
Is only food. Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
food, yeah.
Right. You got to order two different places. You can mobile order the pretzel, but you can't mobile order the drinks, I don't think. Right.
Yeah, you have to get in line for the drinks.
So then you're kind of in two different places. Hopefully they figure that out a little bit better.
Yeah, but it was a good time. The drinks were good. They have a specialty beer. They have some fun cocktails. The theming inside was really fun too. And also keep in mind it's called Tavern, but like kids are allowed to come in. It's not like only adults can be inside.
Right.
So if you have kids that really want to see what it looks like in there, they have a mocktail even. So just keep that in mind, that this isn't a place only to go for alcoholic beverages. You can get other things as well there.
Then DeLacy's Cottage sells two different things that are not connected. One of them we did not try but hear great things about is the cinnamon rolls.
They're like cinnamon donut holes, essentially.
Yeah, is a Frankenstein pretzel, which looks fantastic. Great use
It
of
really
artistry
does.
there, making the Frankenstein head in the form of a pretzel. Tasted like shit.
Also tasted like Frankenstein.
Yeah, I was like, this is it. Yeah, it was like Frankenstein had been laying outside, and then they served me in the sun, and then served me this dry ass pretzel.
It came with a cheese sauce, right?
It did come with a cheese sauce, which made it a little bit better. But as I explained, it's too large to hold, and it's like not a one person job. And to dip the cheese
Yeah.
and break the pretzel, and
You have to tear it apart and dip pieces.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I get that.
So you're right. You can't take your pretzel and dip it in and bite it.
Yeah.
And so for me, the food wasn't a huge hit there, but the rest of the experiences really were. You already mentioned the theming of even though it was the quick service, the theming of that incredible, and what you can do in there, right? So I met the Bride of Frankenstein. We saw Igor's little show as he walked around. The Invisible Man. You can get your face painted like a real fucking monster.
Yeah. Darkmoor monster makeup experience, which is something that all ages can do. It's not only for children. I know that sometimes those types of things are a very specific age. So you have to be at least 5 to do it. However, you can be older. And if you are an adult and you want to purchase alcoholic beverages, keep in mind that once you have the makeup done, you cannot purchase alcoholic beverages because they can't verify your ID because you're going to be so unrecognizable. So keep that in mind. Go to Burning Blade first and then do the Darkmoor Monster makeup experience.
Get your drink, and then go. And then the attractions are some of the better ones in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. There's only two, compared to other portals in the park, which have a wider variety, but I think that they are both fantastic. There is Curse of the Werewolf, which is a spinning roller coaster, pretty short. I think it's like less than a minute from the time you leave the station to coming back. It was maybe a little bit longer than that. But it was a lot of
Yeah,
fun,
maybe 90 seconds.
maybe at the absolute most.
It,
Um,
it does have only a 40-inch height requirement, so the littles can, get
yeah,
on if they want to.
yeah, yeah. It's a good sort of beginner roller coaster, I would say, as long as the kids are okay with spinning. You're not going upside down at all. It's just a lap bar. Like you're not doing anything too intense. It's sort of like Flight of the Hippogriff, but it spins. I would say like it's
Yeah,
sort of kiddie coaster-ish.
I would get back on it again.
Yeah.
It had a single rider line, right? So
Hmm.
we got in the single rider line, so that was nice. And then one of the best rides in the park, Monsters
Yeah.
Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment.
Yeah. It is really great. There's a fun pre-show sort of explaining to you what's happening before you get on the ride. And then you are getting onto a ride vehicle that is almost identical to Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. The ride itself is not anything like Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, though. So if you are not a fan of that ride, and I'm telling you that these ride vehicles are similar, that's where it ends. So don't let that deter you. That being said, we realize that those are snug vehicles. So if that is the thing that deters you, then rightfully so. But really, really fun ride. There isn't a pocket for your phone though. That's a thing that Forbidden Journey has. So don't make sure you can store your phone somewhere because you will be moving around a little more, I think, than you do in Forbidden Journey.
Right, and they do have the lockers in
Hmm.
the line, so
Yeah.
you can do that if you need to.
Hmm. And those lockers, I felt like, and it's probably because it was still technical rehearsal, but it felt like the locker situation moved pretty quickly.
I would agree.
I think that they've really streamlined it,
Yep.
and I get so frustrated trying to get a locker to go on a ride when I'm at a Universal park, and I just want to grab people and shake them. So it was really nice to just walk up, wait a second. You know that the person you're behind right now is more than likely going to be the same exact person that you're behind when you get off the ride. Um, and they're decent sized lockers, which I'm thankful for. So if you are the kind of person who likes to bring a backpack instead of just like a little fanny pack, you will more than likely be able to fit your stuff in the locker without issue. There is also child swap available for pretty much every ride at Epic Universe that I could see, anyways. And they seemed like decent child swap areas. Like I think there were changing tables and like water bottle fill up
Yep.
stations and all of that, which is really nice. So if you've got kiddos who may be afraid of going on this, which they might be, I would be scared if I was little, I think, to go on it. Just keep that in mind.
No, I think it's a great experience though all around. I mean, I thought the theming is hard, but if you like the darker stuff and Halloween, I imagine around Halloween it's going to be a pretty cool place. But you feel like you're hanging out with monsters,
Yeah.
but not in an extremely threatening way because I don't like
No.
jump scare things in general. Like that's not
Yeah.
what's happening in the dark universe.
Yeah. I've heard people comparing it to Halloween Horror Nights, and I don't think that's the case. I mean, I've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, but like Halloween Horror Nights is scary, and that's why I've never been. And there was nothing to me as a 30-something-year-old woman that was scary about Dark Universe.
No,
But it will be interesting to see what they do at Halloween.
agreed, agreed.
Yeah. One thing we didn't touch on before we wrap this up is the shopping. So there's
Mm,
a store when you come out of Monsters Unchained, and I do believe they take your picture as well, and that
I think so.
there's a
Yep.
photo spot as you head out of the ride. There is a little like curiosities shop almost. And that's where the makeup experience is at. So it's in the back of that store. And then I believe there was also like a wagon that was selling some things near Curse of the Werewolf, but I could be making that up. There wasn't a ton of shopping. I think it was just
No, there was a wagon. There was,
okay.
yes. Yep.
Okay.
Across from where Igor kind of does his little
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
spiel. Yep.
Yeah, so I think something to keep in mind about Epic Universe is that the shops in the portals, some of the stuff you can only get in those shops. So if you see something in Dark Universe, I would suggest buying it because you don't know that the ride or that the shops on the way out of the park are going to have what you're looking for.
Well, it's probably pretty unlikely that they are going to have it. So in most
Yeah.
cases, if it's Dark Universe centric, then you need to buy it there because they're not going to
Yeah.
have it. If it's general Epic, then maybe. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Um, don't sleep on that. And we found the Monsters Unchained, and maybe because people are a little more afraid of it, didn't have as long of a line as I would have thought. I mean, I think each time it was like 35 minutes. We went on it twice.
Yeah. And the line, the queue itself, even if you don't want to necessarily ride it, it's a very cool, like really well done line. You literally feel like you're walking through someone's house, essentially, um,
Yep.
which I thought was really neat. A deranged woman's house, but still
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
house.
Right. A house you wouldn't normally go in if you came across it on a
Yeah,
dark night.
yeah. But also, like,
But
even just the facades in, I mean, the facades in the entirety of the park. But I think that Dark Universe, the second you set foot inside the portal, you're like, oh wow, I've been transported. Like the colors, the music, just everything that's happening. It it's very, very immersive, and I think that that's just really cool.
agreed. Agreed.
It's a really cool park. We're gonna talk about all the portals, so keep listening, and until next time, let's just go.